Now, the next poet to join us here is Austin Alexis. Now, Austin has won the 20th Annual Naomi Long Magic Poetry Award Prize for his latest chapbook, right? Privacy Issues. And he has a couple of copies with him, and he also has information as to how to publish, purchase this book. It's published by Lotus Press of Detroit. He had two other chapbooks before this. One was called For Lincoln and Other Poems, published by Poets Wear Prada, and there was another book before that, which he could tell you about. That book was the Small Press Review Pick of the Month, as Lincoln and Other Poems. His short fiction, poetry, and essays have appeared in the Patterson Literary Review, the Journal, the Writer, and other journals. He has been a writing fellow at Helene Wurlitzer Foundation of New Mexico and received scholarships at the Breadloaf Writers Conference, the Virginia Center, and the Creative Arts and Vermont Studio Center. Let's hear a warm welcome for the wonderful poet, Austin Alexis. Okay.
Thank you for being here, everyone. And thank you, Bernard Bloch and Diane Bloch, for having me and for keeping this wonderful series going. So I'll read a few poems from the book Privacy Issues, and then I'll read a few newer ones. First, I'll read the very first poem in the book. It's sort of inspired by a lot of the violence that we've seen in society over the last few years. Pistol. It accomplishes what an electric chair does, but swifter. It's more powerful than an arrow, more efficient than a gas chamber. Different from a lethal injection of a clear poisonous liquid, it is hard and dark, a devilish finger. It seduces a hand with metal warm and heavy as dirt at a gravesite. Black as a dung beetle's back or a raven's feathers, it is mysterious even in unobstructed sunlight. Once it is used, it leaves residue on the user, like a score of sins no savior can erase. And this is one we can all relate to. Techno, all hooked up to electric gadgets, wire in an earlobe, wire around a hip, down wire cascading past the shoulder towards a device near the crotch. Not nicotine-free or sugar-free, but forced labor chained to the latest buzz, current, click, and digit. The with-it gimmicks of today. Electromagnetic fields don't surround us like a saint's nimbus, but encase you like a sarcophagus, a 21st century tomb. And this is my take on the media broadcast. The latest tragedy in high definition, just as you wanted. The recent massacre, sunny side up, with conditioner-enhanced hair, scrumptious-looking fingernails, and garbo-perfect makeup, I impart the news and all its diverting gruesomeness. Innocent-eyed, I present the buzz of it, belting it out in my upbeat voice, My clothes are trendy, my manner so friendly. You have the need to know to be brought near to faraway catastrophes. Monitor me. I'm as close to disasters as I am to lollipops of metal I speak into with my wagging tongue. I bring the news and amuse in my A-plus public speaking 101 course voice. You pant hungry for my servings. You expect information wrapped in festive gift paper, the dire stuff neatly sealed like slightly stale preserves in a jar, neutral as a diffused balm, sugared so it'll do no harm. And I've written a number of subway tunnels, subway poems. And this one is called Tunnels. I think this is the first of the subway poems that I've written, and over the years they've gotten more and more elaborate. But I feel a closeness to this one because it's the very first. Tunnels. Deep in subway tunnels, rats roam in freedom, a light coating of grime protecting their itsy-bitsy feet. Deep in subway tunnels, paintings sprawl, luminous with red, translucent with orange, not vulnerable to dust, but transcending it. Deep in subway tunnels, a worker clears debris from tracks, fears oncoming trains, their muscle steel hit, potentially hurling him to death. As they approach, he hears their screech, the hunger in it, shoving him to fear, the way the first hunters and gatherers knew by instinct to shake with fright, flee big-pawed animals. They learned to hide from predators in caves where they sought liberty from tyranny. As their bodies tried to relax, they spread shapes on walls, an oval, a crescent, red, orange, to soften the dark. This one I need to explain is from the first person point of view of the duck in the poem. Duck at the Gulf oil spill. I should not feel vulnerable. Something or someone with my poise, my fine-tuned confidence should cruise the waterway and own it. Instead, I fret and pose a static pietà, my son and I stricken with a substance inescapable as sundown. Doomed to never fly again, the two of us wobble, attempting to lurch across sand, tattered sand, an expanse of sand deranged into a diseased image of itself. Surveying it, we witness an echo of ourselves, once majestic, now pathetic. Weak as shredded seaweed, we await hands to squeeze us, to drain oil off our slick sides, our gooey tummies, our stuffed beaks, our immobile wings. We drop pride as we once shed feathers. This one is really very new. It comes out of my interest in history, and maybe some of you might know of this historic event. Birmingham, Alabama, 1963. I'm the person who planted the bomb that killed the girls. I'm the one, the being, the gargoyle. I'm the man who planned the explosion, the doom blast that sent the small-boned children flying through air of the crumbling church only to land on death's hard stones. I am a cobra choking the throat of civil rights. I am not evil. I am worse, stupid. I am not a person after all, I guess. I don't know what I am. This one is going to appear in the Brownstone Poets Anthology, the next Brownstone Poets Anthology. The Planet. In some kind of jet plane contraption in the year 3029 AD, we hurl ourselves, travel across the ocean in 7 minutes, speeding from Chile, heading northeast across the wave-torn Atlantic to China. Chunky, humongous China, monstrous land, with a great wall viewed by many from mountains, even visible by astronauts from outer space. China, you have a wide face too asymmetric for even Picasso. One of your cities, your left nostril, that twisting river, a vein in your cheek. We tourists of the future telescope across your plains, eyeing your billion-plus populace. They still ride bikes, newfangled models, but still bikes. They mount and pedal 600,000 wheels. What percentage of the Earth's population spins through terrain, over roads, across plazas, while busy with mundane details, the dictatorship of everyday chores? 65% maybe 70? The planet must sag with tiredness, feel vexed, has to be on the verge of caving in. It is so beaten from all those feet and cycles, losing themselves in precise destinations as they pump and motor and go, go, go. Speed is an ugly blur. The Earth must want China, dynamic Germany, the US, Brazil, teeming India, and the lot of us to give in to some kind of rest, to grant the globe a sleep, to turn off our trekking, scampering, leaping, the way an engine shuts down for 7 minutes or longer in order to recharge. And I'll end with this one, Lost Whales. We move on invisible currents beneath the water's dense, porous face. Then we sail the splashy surface waves as we swim west, then sideways to the north, then west again. Lord there, we know not what. Funny, don't know how we ended up here, light years from our customary habitat, miles from our feeling of comfort. Now we stay framed by 2 nearby shores when normally we roam unrestricted in unbound surges among tiny tuna, bloated ships, and jellyfish. We love our former rank as distinguished locals, cherished citizens of a stretch of the Atlantic, its pull and breath and glint, its smorgasbord of gusty sounds and tickling seaweeds. We don't belong cramped in this inlet. For the first time we feel alien in a substance that should seem familiar. We spew white liquid. That's our wail as we flounder, disoriented, striving to find the tide we need to ride back to the cuddle and safety of our motherly sea. Thank you.